What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, Druuill, and I'm back at you again with another video. Everybody smash that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. But let's get into it. Narcissists want to force friendships on you because their ego can't handle someone having a problem with them. Let's talk about it. Only problem people have with somebody trying to force something on them is that they don't want it. You can't force things on people that they don't want. And because you might be an empath or you might appear or come off as a nice or good person, people think they can walk all over you and disrespect your boundaries. So when people think it's cool, right? When people think it's cool to disrespect your boundaries, it's also cool for you to stand up for yourself and not let that happen, because people tend to think they could just do whatever they want with certain types of people, but it's up to you to not let them do that. You don't have to take any type of behavior because you feel you're a good person or because you feel you're a nice person. All right, don't nice your way into having people disrespect your person. All right, you don't need people disrespecting your person. Everybody else wants respect, so people are trying to play you and people are trying to treat you like a fool when they disrespect like your personal space and boundaries, because they know they wouldn't let that happen and they know they want their space. But a lot of people really don't care. They're like not like energy efficient, like they're like slow. So like they're not like real hip when it comes to energy. That's why they end up in like a lot of toxic friendships, relationships, and unknowingly they want to just like drag you in to what they got going on, but you see through it. You see that it's just some toxic stuff that you don't want nothing to do with. So you don't have to speak to people when you don't feel like it. You're not being rude. When people don't speak to you, like, yo, people have ignored me and not said nothing. I've tried to say hello, stuff like that, and nobody said anything, and I didn't make no big deal out of it. But for whatever reason, certain people, other people just feel they can control them. Like, yo, you didn't speak to me? Like, no, I didn't. I didn't feel like it. You don't have to talk to everybody. You don't have to. You have the right to be left alone, and you have the right to just stay to yourself if that's what you want to do. But some people, they think that just because you're staying to yourself, that is something wrong with them. Like, totally egotistical. And all you want to do is just be left alone and stay to yourself, you know. But sometimes, like, if people would just let people interact with them when they felt like it would be cool. But one thing that's cool about it is you don't even have to stress about it. You don't even have to worry about it. You could just I just don't say nothing. And when people try to force interactions on me, I just don't interact. Like, I could tell when somebody is following me and you're doing something weird, and if I don't interact with it, then I'm basically just keeping my energy to myself. Like, for instance, people want to follow you, hold the door for you, and then act like they didn't just follow you. Like, bro, like, you can intuitive person can smell a stalker. An intuitive person can smell when you're casing my footsteps. Okay, you knew I was about to go somewhere. I go there, you know I don't interact with you, so you place yourself where I'm about to go, because other than that, I would never see you. If I would never see you. If I wasn't about to go here and you didn't put yourself where you knew I was about to go, I wouldn't interact with you. Even if you hold the door for me, I'm not interacting with you. If I don't want nothing to do with you, I don't want nothing to do with you. You can't force yourself on the people, all right? But people with bad energy, they want to force themselves onto you. It's like, why? I guess because they don't understand that their energy is bad, and they just think somebody don't want nothing to do with them. I don't want nothing to do with you because you got weird behavior. But if you, but it that they're just running game, because somebody that is following you, somebody that is like watching you to the point where they know where you're about to go, they know you don't want nothing to do with them. Like, who wants something to do with somebody that's watching them? Nobody does. Don't nobody want nothing to do with a creep. So it's like, you can choose to stay to yourself. And the thing is, these creeps will try to use mind games. And when you don't want nothing to do with these creeps, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you don't want anything to do with me. I'm only forcing myself on you. Why don't you want to speak to me?" Because I don't have to. If I don't want to speak to you, I don't have to speak to you. I don't want to. And you have to let people understand that. And it may feel weird because like you wouldn't normally have to say certain things like that to people, but when people are disrespecting you and they want to just they think it's a game to play with you and your boundaries and disrespect you, you don't got to get upset. All right, I'm a little animated for the video, but honestly, I really don't care, and and I advise you not to care either, because these people are weird, and if they're not mature enough to act like a normal, God loving person, even if they regardless of their relationship with God, if they don't want to act in a way that is comfortable for you, then you don't have to be around these people. Like that, people just want you to accept anything because that's what they do. They just accept any old thing. That's why their lives are so jacked up. All right, you can tell that their life is jacked up, so you stay away from them, and they want to mix their energy with you. My life is jacked up. Let me mix my energy with you. You got the good energy. Like, nah, G, stay the hell over there. All right, give me 50 feet, man. You're toxic. Get away. And people, they toxic people, they don't care, and that's why you got to set boundaries with them, because they don't care and they just want to spread their disease. So you can't let them do that. So what you have to do is spread your boundaries and let them know it. All right. And if people have a problem with that, then too bad. All right. Because they honestly just want to like bully you type stuff, like disrespect you. So you can't let that happen. If that's what they think is going to happen, they better think something else, because they got another thing coming. Because you don't have to stand for that. You're not being mean, you're not being rude. They're the rude one. That because you're a good person, like regardless of anybody trying to walk all over you, bully you, whatever, because you're a good person and you respect people, people will try to manipulate you and play you and try to play you like you're stupid, because you come off as a good person, but really all you're doing is just being good to yourself. And it's like, well, what's stupid about that? I'm a good person, keep my energy to myself, I stay away from y'all. Ain't nothing stupid about that. They want you to think you're stupid because you stay away from them. They're the stupid ones. That's why you're staying away from them. See, that it's all mind games. They're trying to run mind games on you because you're smart enough, intelligent enough, intuitive enough. All right, you can see through them, and you know their energy is not good. All right, so you stay away. You don't mix your energy. You keep to yourself. It's your personal business to keep to yourself. If somebody energy ain't right, their energy ain't right. That's their business, right? They got to fix that. And because you don't want them around you, they think it's cool to force themselves on you. But the one thing about that is, uh, when you try to force things on people, you're only repelling people. A person forced against their will is of the same opinion still. Like, you can't, shout out to Les Brown for that quote. You can't force yourself onto people and expect them to do what you want. All right. When people try to force themselves on you, it's like they think you're soft or something. It's like they think you're weak. So it's like they could think that if they want to. All right, yo, let them think that. They can think that if they want to. But the one thing you don't have to do, you don't have to prove yourself to these people. Let them think whatever the heck they want. All right, as long as they don't put your hands on you, you ain't got no problem. So let them think whatever they want. Oh, you're real, whatever. Okay, whatever. You got your own opinion. Cool, I got mine, and I'm not your opinion anyway. All right. Shout out to Reverend Ike for that quote. I'm not your opinion anyway. All right. So the one thing about that is people want to they just have their own idea with you and want to put you in a box. And it's like, when you get around them, they want to like project their view onto you, and they want you to act within their view and their opinions of you. They want you to play that role. And it's like, when you don't play that role, when you won't go along with whatever they want you to do, yo, they got a problem with it. So it's like, all that's letting you know is to stay away from that person. Okay, that's definitely somebody I don't want to be around. That's definitely somebody I choose not to be around. And they want to be weird and then do nice things for you out in public, out in the open. So they want people to look at them like they're a good person or a nice person. But in reality, all they got to do is just leave you the hell alone. It's like, bro, you could, like, that's weird. You forcing yourself on people, that's not normal. That's weird. All right. If somebody don't want you to force themselves, if somebody don't want you to force themselves onto you, they don't have to allow that. I don't care if you work with these people. All right. I don't care if these are people at church. I don't care if these are people at the same place you go to every day or whatever. All right. If you don't want to do something, you don't have to do it. All right. Stop allowing people to force you to do stuff. All right. Feel uncomfortable. Feel very uncomfortable and get comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. And you got to ask yourself, why do I feel uncomfortable? All I'm doing is protecting my boundaries. All I'm doing is doing what's best for me. How come I feel uncomfortable about that? Somewhere along the line, people try to make you feel guilty about having your own opinion. All right, so you got to go back in your mind. You got to repair that. There's nothing to feel guilty about with when it comes to feeling about anything that you feel any type of way about, because nobody else does. Newsflash. That's why people are looking at you like you might be kind of a little on the slow side when you're really smarter than them. It's just that you're good. You got empathy. Whether you don't want to say you're good or whether you won't want to say you're bad. You could put yourself in somebody else's shoes and you could feel for somebody else's situation. All right, let's not say we're good people. All right, some people say, well, if you say you're a good person, blah 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 blah. Who cares? But anyway, let's say you could feel for people. All right, you may not be a good person. You could just feel for folks. All right, let's say that. All right, you could understand what somebody may be going through. You wouldn't take that out on them. You wouldn't try to play them for their situation. You wouldn't take out how you feel on another person. Just normal common sense relation stuff with people. All right, but a lot of people, that's the borderline personality disorder folks. God bless them. Very wonderful, beautiful, amazing people. They can still do great things. They can still love God and God still loves them. But you can't force yourself on people, folks. Nobody's gonna want that. All right, people are gonna be annoyed by you. They're gonna have to do so much mental work for them to not get upset because you're trying to force themselves on them. All right, nobody wants that. It doesn't matter if you're doing something nice for them. Don't hold the door for me. I'll get it for myself. You just followed me and tried to force me to have to interact with you. That's weird, sir. Why'd you do that? Why? I'll just hold the door for you. I don't care. Hold the door for yourself. I got arms, very long ones. All right, I can grab 4 or 5 doors. You being weird because you got bad energy and you trying to. I don't know what you're trying to do, but my energy is mine and I'm keeping it. Go on, scat. All right, and they make you do that. All right, they make you turn into the bad guy. All right, you don't want to be the bad guy or the bad girl, but they make you do that. All right, so let's be bad. Let's be very bad, because we need to be bad as you know what when it comes to setting these boundaries, because people think it's cool just to whatever. All right, so set some boundaries, man. Don't and ladies, don't let people think it's cool to do things that you're uncomfortable with, and don't think because you have empathy for people, it's wrong to tell people, yo, back off, blah blah blah. Tell people like it is and don't care how they feel about it. That's what I'm trying to say. Tell people like it is, because all you're doing is protecting your energy, how you want to live your life. And if people can't respect that, then they're not respecting you, and you don't have to respect them. That's the thing. You got to get respect to give respect. If people are not respecting you, you don't have to respect them. People not respecting your boundaries without being totally disrespectful. All right. Politely let them know not to cross them boundaries. I know you know how to figure that out. All right. Positive aggressiveness. That's pretty much what we talk about on this channel. All right. I've coined that phrase. All right. Positive aggressiveness. You'll hear me using that a lot more often in the future. That's the phrase that pays. So positive aggressiveness. All right. That is the phrase that will get you what you need to do. That is the phrase that will help you be what you need to be. Positively aggressive. All right. Letting people know with boundaries. Set boundaries, because you got to be comfortable, right? As soon as somebody makes you feel uncomfortable, you got a boundary to set. All right. If you're around somebody and they're making you feel uncomfortable, and it's not because of like just normal stuff, if it's like weird, like it's making you like, yo, people don't do that. Time to set some boundaries. I don't care if it's at work. I don't care if it's a manager. I don't care who it is. Sometimes people try to use whatever advantage they think they might have to get over on you, and you can't allow that to happen. I wouldn't allow that to happen. Not to me. All right. Don't do that. All right. So all you got to do is stand up for yourself and yo, don't allow people. If you don't want to be somebody's friend, you don't have to. You're not being mean just because you don't want to be their friend. You looking out for you. You gotta look out for you. That's your instincts. Like, something don't look right here. I just stay to myself. You're allowed to do that. All right, people trying to draw you into whatever scheme, plot, scam, whatever the hell they got going on, and you don't want no parts of it, and you shouldn't have no parts of it, and you don't have to. All right. With that being said, this video coming to a close. Smash that like button, hit that share button, and hit that subscribe button. All right, we went in. We went in. All right, we always go in. All right, so everybody enjoy the rest of whatever you got going on. Believe in yourself, and when things don't feel right, it's not right. Set some boundaries so you'll be all right. All right, peace out. Druuill out.